You're watching Strat News Global. I'm Amitabh Revi, and joining us now is the former National Cybersecurity Coordinator, Dr. Gulshan Rai. Thank you so much, Dr. Rai, for your time. In the current context, when we are looking at the border tensions between China, there are lots of reports of cyber attacks or attempts at cyber attacks. 40,000, some reports suggest. In June itself, some reports are saying up to 200% more than previously. How worrying is it? And is that how prepared is India?
See, this increased number of cyber attacks, Amitabh, should not be seen merely in the context of the heightened tension Indo-China. See, because of the pandemic, the lot of work is happening from home, work from home.
Yeah.
And so these two are combined together, work from home and this heightened tension. To me, it appears the work from home has resulted in a more cyber attack than the heightened between Indo and China. I think that politically is being slightly distorted there, but my assessment and what I monitor and observe that the attacks are more because of the culture of work from home because of the pandemic.
Dr. Rai, just for a layman to understand, now these cyber attacks can be at targeting individuals, even if it's in bulk form, or it can be targeting institutions. And there's a third form, which is also in terms of information warfare, right?
Yes, 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 yes. See, most of the cyber attack which I've seen, whatever the number, it may figure it out there. Numbers are different. One agency says something else, and those numbers are not verified. They are such floating it, and numbers are not verified. Most of these attacks are in general. They are not looking at institutions or they are not looking at individuals there. They just go and penetrate into the system, and the whole thing effort, majority of the time, the focus is to steal the credential of the people there. By stealing because when you are working from home, you see, that's why working from home and heighten, it's a compounded the entire issue there. So when you work from home, you use so many gadgets there,
Yeah.
which we were never been using in the past. So there is a issue on the security of those gadgets there. So they want to steal the credential because of the gaps in security and use those credentials at some point of a time. You know, the IT has some special characteristics there.
Mm-hmm.
You are now, you and me are using the Skype. It's a
Yeah.
free. Okay. Most of the platforms are free. How does they meet the cost there then? If it is providing services, how do they meet the cost there? Yes, I'm paying for the bandwidth cost to the internet bandwidth cost I'm paying, but it is not a merely internet bandwidth cost. It is going to is some computer server. Computer server is routing you. You are recording it there. All kind of facilities are there, and then so many computing environments are involved. How does one get free? Data is stolen and then monetized.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they recover the entire cost. And this is the standard revenue business model in the IT services area there. So by stealing your credential, they will
Mm-hmm.
steal the data, and when you steal the credential can be your credit card, credential can be your passwords there. Now I have a password for a computer, so all my applications are in computers there. So once I steal your password, I can go, someone will monitor it to me by putting a malware script. I can inject it, they can inject a malware script, keep on monitoring it. Whenever you make a call, they will steal away the data and they sell it. So the whole thing is not merely targeting an individual or targeting an institution. Well, those cases do happen, but the
Mm-hmm.
number of cases are very, very low. See,
Those cases, how worrying are they? Because we do know that the Chinese strategy, the military doctrine, the Communist Party, they have their own wings, whether it's the PLA or the Communist Party, in terms of having these groups that are looking for, say, state secrets. We've seen reports or accusations from the US of stealing defense secrets. How prepared is India to deal with that kind of an attack, Dr. Rai?
No, Amitabh, you see, India is quite prepared to deal with those targeted attacks which you are meaning that. Targeting, focusing on individuals or focusing on the institutions there. See, all institutions, they have prepared themselves and they have, put the appropriate measures to protect themselves. For example, the financial institutions. When I was there, right when I joined the PMO, I
Right.
and as a national cyber coordinator, I first ensured that all banks should install the denial of service attack protection equipment there. So whenever the attack happens there, they are mitigated at the service provider level. And if you look at the news there, all service
Mhm.
providers yesterday, therefore yesterday, they have raised, whether the Airtel, Vodafone or Geo, they have said they have, heightened, they have enhanced their measures to stop any cyber attacks or to monitor or filter any cyber attack. You have seen that. So those are the things which has been going on for some time. Those measures have been installed. I am not worried on those issues there. Worry comes up, Amitabh.
Right.
Now everybody knows what position I had and what I will be dealing with. And I will be talking to many of my ex colleagues there. See, they will focus on me, but if they focus on me from work from home, then it becomes an issue because many of those
Right.
work from home things not in my hand there. I can only secure my router by adding a password, but nothing beyond in my hand. Those are danger point there. So I know Amitabh where it Amitabh moves there, collecting data
Right.
here and there. I know Amitabh, so I can analyze the data there and try to tap Amitabh, and somewhere I'll find Amitabh is dealing with some particular VVIP. So that's way it is done. But there is no worry. I'm not in any kind of a worry, or nobody should worry about the focus attacks on institutions. Nothing is 100% secure, Amitabh. Nothing is
Yeah.
100% secure there. You can only, at best, enhance the resiliency of the system. That is what everybody try to do. That do that.
So all these worries in the public sphere, through movies or books, they may be fiction at the moment of say nuclear plants. There were reports also last year about the Indian nuclear plant being cyber at least breached of some sort, or the Indian railways or defense. That's something that we have in place safeguards for that, Dr. Rai.
No, every safeguard is placed. You see, I must tell you that nothing will happen in 1 month's time. The Everything happens for months together.
Yeah.
It's like I have to enter somebody's house there. I Someone goes and recce the house. Which gate is open? Which gate is not open? What is his habit? When time it comes there? So everything is done. It takes for the hacker also. It takes the cycle is 3 months to put a targeted attack. If they want to do, they there is a time period to do that. But during this pandemic time or this Chinese Indo-China kind of things there, I think we have, particularly Indo-China, we have overblown there. And you see institutions or the agencies which are chartered or which are mandated to protect or enforce cyber security, they have to inform advice. They have to issue advisory. I think that advisory is for the media to project. They should not create a panic there. So that's what where the media cooperation is required. Agencies has to issue advisory. Agencies has to create that kind of awareness. Be careful. Protect this. Protect this.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if you see that the a service provider, how have they become issued the advisory or issued their statement that they are in strengthening their measures because of those
Mhm.
advisories there.
Yep.
So it at times it becomes a panicky. We should not get panicky, and I think that's where the awareness comes up. Agency has to ensure. Agencies are doing good job at this point of a time.
Dr.
So
Rai, the third
there's nothing to worry about it. There is nothing much to worry, but nothing is 100% secure. I must also say.
the third aspect that we had mentioned earlier in this discussion in terms of information warfare, that at least we've seen from Chinese. Earlier it was Pakistan, which is purely just propaganda. But is there anything to worry on the PLA or the CCP front in terms of information warfare and changing perceptions, especially since Chinese technology and Chinese apps are so widely used?
Amitabh, as far as information warfare you're concerned, and when I say information warfare, you also mean the information warfare
Yes.
restricted to the media. That's all. Social media or the media.
Yes.
We are restricting information warfare to that
Yes.
only. Because information warfare is a much bigger word, and many more things are there. But we are restricting to ourselves to the media war. I think India is quite capable of doing it. India is quite capable of doing that, addressing those issues there. If Chinese do that, our patriots are also there. They are equally adapt to do that kind of things there. For that is one front. I am more than assured that we'll be having an edge over the Chinese one.
So you, for example, don't subscribe to the view that, say, apps like Zoom or TikTok or Hello should be banned because they can affect especially the rural perception in India?
Amitabh, I have a slightly different view there. See,
Right.
I mean, Zoom and TikTok, they are not same category of apps.
Yes, correct.
Zoom is a video, a communication software. Okay?
Yeah.
Zoom is not not putting the short video clips where the TikTok does it.
It will be looking, data will probably be going to China, whereas TikTok is just the opposite.
They have, because of and you never know data is going to China or not China, just because owner is a Chinese there. So the feeling is there, but nevertheless, as far as I understand, they have the development center in China. Okay, Zoom has development center in China, but that should not be the point in getting panicky that data is going to China there. The two need to be dealt with in a separately there, and we need to create the data standard. We have a data privacy law, which is now a little far away to enforce it. But under the Information Technology Act, we can enforce certain executive order. The rules are there. We can enforce the rules. For example, the TikTok. One can subscribe that this is the data you can pick up, this is the data you can't pick up, and you demonstrate that this is the data you can pick up. And the government need to monitor those apps, test those apps there, so that they conform to the standards which the government may announce there. And time to time it should go on. And if they try to violate those conditions there should be heavy penalty. Why I am suggesting this rule? Because every app takes the data. The lack of enforcement of standard in this country is a free for all. It's a free for all. So we need to have a channelize what you can take, what you can't take it, and where you can take it, what you can take out of India, what you can take out of this, and how will you preserve that standard. We need to do that, and for this we need not wait for the Data Protection Act. But you see, banning a app may not be a solution. Somebody will say other apps from different origin also doing the same thing. We know there have been lot much discussion, debate about certain other social media platforms.
Yes. Dr. Adnan, when you look at something so specific as a quantum jump in technology, when you're looking at 5G and the whole controversy about Huawei in the UK, initially they were giving it, and then the US seemingly has prevailed over them there. In terms of security there, specifically with Huawei in the 5G trials, what is your position on that?
See, there are two aspects, Amitabh. One is the technology aspect, other is the political aspect. Okay. If you talk about both are different. Both are different. The political, geopolitical, and the national interest takes over the technology interest also. Okay. So I think, we must look at what is the interest of the country. Technology comes subsequently. Technology should help country to achieve their own interest there. As of now, the country interests are that we should take a posture. What the Chinese have betrayed us. I'm time and again to do that. Worldwide, there is a issue against them. There is a concern what they are doing it. They are not saint. They are not saint. Okay, I tell you that they have recently introduced a proposal in the
Mhm.
ITU, International Telecom Union, with the
Yes.
UN body which set the telecom standard. They want
Yeah.
to change the basic TCP/IP stack, which the communication stack comes up there. That if they change, they want to change the standards. It's a Huawei proposal. They want to change the standards. Once the standards are changed, it gives a lot of flexibility to the government and the company to play whichever way they want to do. So I think
Mm.
games are going a more geopolitical interest there. I think geopolitical interests are far more important. We can sacrifice technology interest, but the geopolitical interest, we must look at it, and the government is the best body to look at the geopolitical interest. It's from the wider angle, from different angles. It's a complex matrix, Amitabh. Complex matrix. I
Sure.
think, we need to look at first that what is in our country's interest there. Today, there is a lot of concerns against China, and rightly also so, because of the kind of
Right.
a betrayal they are doing to again and again. A lot of people died at Galwan Valley. It's a shame. It's a shame, and it's a very sorrow for all Indians to do that. So I think we need to look at. We should not look at technologically. We should look at more from the point of view of geopolitical interest. Now, let me come back on the technology aspect.
Right.
We need to evaluate technologically thoroughly whether we can handle the technology, we can absorb the technology, we can interpolate the technology. That factor also comes in. That may lead to political decision. I may take certain technology from source A or source B or source C. How can I handle? How do I integrate the technology
Yeah.
into my environment? Those factors also, are important factors there. So I think both the factors need to be seen in the national interest, long-term interest, and we need to take a decision.
Dr. Gulshan Rai, thank you so much for giving Strat News Global a time and sharing your perspective on the cyber attacks and how well India is prepared for it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Amitabh. Thank you very much. Good day to
And you
you.
can and you can watch all the latest news and analysis on our website, stratnewsglobal.com. You can also follow us on various social media, including Twitter, on Facebook and Instagram. And if you need to get reminders of videos like this when we put them up, just click on the icon, the bell icon on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel.